What's going on, guys? Steady Muffin here, and welcome to a brand new video over here on More Muffin, where today we're going to be taking another look at Rush Royale. And one comment I had on the first video I did asking me to look at equipment. So we're going to go through it and explain equipment a little bit, give you a little bit of my knowledge on equipment. It is very important, and it does sort of change how, you know, much damage, etc. that you do. So your equipment is right here in your cards. Next to your units at the top here is your hero. We went through heroes. I might do another video on heroes as well, because they're very important too. But as you scroll down, you have your equipment right here. So first things first, to craft any of these bits of equipment, you're going to need fragments, of course. You do get these fairly regularly through different means of playing the game. Obviously, you can also buy it if you want to spend 15 euros. You get a free piece right there. So these two bits here are free. So you should always keep an eye out for things like this, because they just pop up. They're normally here somewhere. So they pop up on your front screen there, and you get a piece of equipment already made, and then you can also buy if you wish, but I wouldn't. Don't do it. You'll get them through the premium pass, the free pass, as well as the paid one. There's 200 fragments right there. And also through the tavern as well. So there's plenty of ways of getting these fragments to craft your equipment. Now, once you've got them, you'll come down to the bottom here. Not here, sorry, wrong wrong tab, to the hero. And it will tell you at the bottom here, you need 200 to craft a piece. So once you've got 200, you can then forge. And this is your equipment sort of screen where you can do different things. First things first is you can craft it. So you'll just pop in whichever you want, and it will give you a piece of equipment. Now, that can be one of any of the pieces that you can get. For instance, weapons. You can get the sword, you can get the staff, you can get the bow, and you can also get the... What's the other piece? Oh, the spear. I've always thought the spear was good because it increases your attack speed. But they did change it a few updates ago where the others are viable as well. So the bow is really good. The sword is really good. And even the staff for extra mana is really good as well. So first you need to decide what piece you want to do. So I would recommend when you first start playing the game is to not go ahead and just level up everything you got, because you're going to waste so many fragments. But if you do waste some fragments, you can actually disassemble. So anything you can disassemble. So any of these. So for instance, the staff, I've got 3 of them there. If I pop that in there, it will give me 100 fragments back for disassembling it. And it doesn't cost any gold to disassemble, which is good. Because gold is another thing you're going to need a lot of whilst you're going through your equipment, leveling up, etc. So once you, for instance, decide, okay, I'm going to level up this staff, you're going to upgrade it. And you can upgrade it to max. It doesn't cost too much to do the first level. And that will give you a rare staff. So we'll go ahead and do it. We'll go ahead and I'll show you how it's done. We'll go ahead and do it. Just wasted them. I'll get them back. That will give you a max level staff. Now you can go ahead and use that max level staff straight away. Pop it straight onto your setup here. If you remove that, and then with me max level staff, it'll be at the top somewhere. There it is. And then you select it and it goes in. So that will give you... it doesn't say saves increase the amount of mana received when monsters are killed. So you go ahead, you get 12%. It's all alliances, so it's not linked to anyone in particular, and it'll give you an extra 12% mana. Brilliant. But what you want to do once you've got one of them maxed out is you'll need another one of the same rank, so same common, and then you can merge them together. So you go back into your forge. You come to the second page where it says merging. You'll pop in your staff, and you'll pop in just a level 1, and it will give you a rare one. Now, this is where it will give you your faction. This is where RNG comes into it a lot. You want to be looking for a faction that you're using. So, for instance, Blade Dancer is my main. So I would want Forest Alliance for mine. So I need green. Not going to do it because I know I'll just get screwed over and it won't give me what I want. But yeah, so that's where you'll come and you'll get one of these where, like here, you can see I've got a bow that is light. I've got a stave, which is also light. And I've got a sword, which is also light. Kingdom of Light. So I don't particularly want them, but then again, thinking about it, I have got a pretty juicy monk deck, which is Kingdom of Light. If you come into here, it says right here, Kingdom of Light. It's green. Or weirdy green. So yeah, it's something I've been thinking that maybe I do need if I want to use Monk. Monk is pretty OP, but there are nerfs incoming, of course. And it's good to have a couple of different. So I have already got the spear. The spear for me is, well, was OP until the changes. But my spear is legendary. So yeah, so that's stage 1, is you want to get the right faction for you on your rare item. Once you've done that, you've got it. For instance, say for this sword, I'm happy. You need to upgrade it. The one that you're looking to keep, fingers crossed, upgrade it to max level again. And that will cost you a bunch more in gold. So I can only get it to level 9 because that's all the fragments I've got. And that's already 18,000 gold. That's expensive. Again, once you've got that to max, you need another sword at rare. So you'll need to do the common one again. Get another sword to rare. Level 1, you don't need to max it out. You only ever need to have one item maxed out, and that's the item that you're probably hoping to keep the faction from. So once you've got that sword up to max, and you've got another sword, rare sword, you go back to your forge, you go back into the merge, you pop your sword in there, and that will give you an epic sword. And guess what then? You do the whole thing a blooming again. So it is a long-winded process. They don't want you to get these legendary items that quickly. It takes a lot of gold, a lot of resources, a lot of time. But once if you start from the start and you save straight away, you can get it done fairly simple, fairly quickly. You can always remember that you can disassemble items if you don't get what you're looking for. Really good, because it gives you at least some fragments back. It doesn't give you your gold back, though. So, you know, co-op matches are key for that. But once you get to Epic, again, you will need to do the same thing. Level up the one that you're looking for. It will give you then once you get to Epic, it will give you 2 factions. Now, only one faction, I believe, is completely active. Because if you look at, for instance, my legendary ones, you get to 3. But only one of the factions is actually active, I believe. For your enchantment, I'm not 100% sure. I believe that is correct. If anyone knows different, you can let me know in the comments. But again, with Epic, you just need to level up 1, get another Epic of the same item, level 1, and then go ahead and merge them, and that will give you your legendary. And that's where you get 3 factions. And this is where I was annoyed, because this spear was not Kingdom of Light, Forest Alliance, but its main is technology. Not what I wanted. So it's a technology, doesn't give full attack. I can't get all 3 to the same, which is really annoying. See here, set of 2 of 3. So annoying, and there's no way to change it apart from starting all over again, which is what I'm umming and ahhing about. But the idea is you get 3 items, or 3. You can even do this with rare or epic. You don't have to have legendary. If you get 3 of the same, you'll get a bigger boost in whatever it is you're looking for if you have it as a set. Each of these items gives you something different, like I say. So sword, for instance. Sword increases the damage that you deal to your monsters, and it's 0.5%, or plus 2%, not plus 0.5% for all of these items. But once you change to a faction, it is only there. Whereas Kingdom of Light, you'll get an extra percentage off. So we've already said that the Sturdy Staff gives you more mana. There is the bow, which we've covered, is critical damage. And the spear, which increases... Ooh, let's go back down there. The spear that increases the attack speed of your unit. So it's good for me because Blade Dancer is already pretty quick and hits pretty hard. So having that extra, it really does help. It's just a bummer. It's only a set of 1 of 3. It really bugs me. Also, you've obviously got armor. There's 4 different sorts of armor. So you've got magic robes, which actually decreases the amount of mana received for killing monsters for the other player. So if you're playing PvP... it reduces their mana input, so they can summon less, level up less. But in PvP, in co-op, sorry, it will increase it. So that's pretty good. You've also got... I don't have too much at the moment because I've traded a lot of my stuff in. The other thing we got is Hunter's Jacket. Again, it was the OP one to go for. But again, with nerfs over the last couple of updates, it's not the go-to anymore. But this affects the attack speed of the other player. So that's what your armor does. It affects the other player. This affects his attack speed. And there also is... actually, I think I've got epic... Yeah, I do have epic mage robe, legendary mage robes, which decreases the mana even more, which is good. I can't actually. There's two other armors. I cannot remember for the life of me what they are, and I don't have them here. But once you get them, all you got to do is click on the info, and it'll tell you exactly what they do. Always look at what they do. But yeah, that's basically the armor done. And the other thing you got is amulets. The amulets will give you squares on your board. So this one, for instance, creates 1 to 4 spots on your battlefield. Your units at these points will deal increased damage. This is my favorite one, the magic amulet. You place, it will automatically place these squares down on your board, and then once you drop a unit onto that, it will increase its damage. Pretty good. And once you level it up more, it gives you more spots on the board. I think it's 1 to 4, and then you do get 4. There's also, I think this is the weakness one. Yeah, so amulet or weak list. The amulet creates 1 to 4 points on the opponent's field, which reduces their attack speed. So their actual units will shoot slower if they have a unit on that spot on their board. So pretty good. I don't normally go to that. I normally go with the magic one. I don't know if this is the same. That's weakness as well. So I would always go with more damage for me, because I know that my blade dancers are pretty good. But the way to level them up is exactly the same. You need to max out one, then have another one of the same rarity, merge them together. You'll get to rare, you'll get to epic, and then you get to legendary. Always keep an eye on the alliance. Which alliance is it? Which faction is it? Because you want to be aiming for a specific one, and you're not guaranteed to get it. Like I said, this one should have been Florence Alliance, and it was RNG'd out of me, which was really annoying. But that is basically equipment. Always make sure with your 5, try different ones. Like, try different. So obviously, I go with legendary. My legendary ones here with most of them. Apart from the, I think that's my monk. That's pretty good. They get less and less mana. And if you pair this with other things that will take mana away from your opponent, it can be devastating for them. They literally won't be able to play. A bit toxic, but it is what it is. There is one other thing to go along with equipment, and it isn't just their levels. It is enchantments. This is something I didn't bother with until I got legendary equipment. You can equip enchantments to epics and rares, etc. But you need what we call essence, which is, you know, just another thing to add to the things that you need. Again, essence, though, you pick up as you play the game. It's in the passes. It's all over the place. You'll get it. Once you have something you want to enchant, you pop it into there. It only costs 100 essence to unlock the enchantment on this, because it's only rare. As you go up further, it will be more expensive, but your chances of getting a legendary enchantment or an epic enchantment go up with the whatever the piece you are. So if it's a legendary item you're trying to enchant, the more chances are that you'll get a legendary enchantment to go with it. I got pretty good actually on my ones. I was quite happy with what I got. And if you go into the actual piece of armor, it will tell you here at the top here, this is counterspell enchantment. It only triggers for whatever alliance, I keep saying alliance, whatever faction is active on your piece of equipment. Getting complicated now. So for instance, I've got both technology and forest alliance active. To counterspell, killing a boss or a mini boss with this unit has a 20% chance of removing negative effects from one unit and stunning one unit of the opponent for 20 seconds. Does not work in co-op mode. So that's great, because toxicity is a massive thing in this game. You will get hit with debuffs, etc. So to have this just chugging away every, possibility of 20% when you kill a boss or a mini boss, pretty good. I've also got Enchanted Monster on this one. Killing a monster with a unit from this faction, 6% chance of summoning an enchanted monster to the opponent's side. They can't be slow, so a little bit more than your standard monster. And I think this one's got something different. Morale Grey. I think I've said that right. When another player uses their abilities, the damage dealt by your units for this faction increases by 20%, which is good because it's Forest. Oh, it's not Forest Alliance. It's actually not that good. I think I do have one on my Forest Alliance. Is it on my Hunter's Jacket? I think it's here. Yes, so basically when the opponent uses their hero, all of my Blade Dancers will get a buff for a little while, which is great. But again, enchantments is not something you need to deal with early on. It's a late game or mid to late game sort of thing. Saving up enough essence, it's difficult. Like I say, you do get them through. I don't even think you get them through the Tavern Pass. I think you can only get them through the normal one. And there is an event called Dragon Rift, which does give you a lot. It's a clan sort of event, so make sure you're in a clan. They'd never pop up in the store. I've never seen them come up in the store. So it's a little difficult to get the essence for that. But if you're serious on playing, you know, you will pick it up eventually. But yeah, that is basically equipment in a nutshell. If I've got anything wrong, apologies and let me know in the comments. If you need any more help with it, let me know. But I will probably cover something else in a different video. So if you want any more help with anything else, let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching. Appreciate you hit the like. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.